Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. America and all the ships at sea. Comes a time we need to address another elephant in the room. Have you by chance taken notice of the large amount of Indian, Iranian, Muslim physicians in the United States of late? What about medical specialists? Yes, the same Indian, Arab, Muslim suspects. How and exactly when did so many people of foreign descent determine in their minds that being in the medical profession in the United States of America was the thing to do? Take a look in another professional direction. You may not have noticed, but Indians and Muslims seem to be quite common in engineering and computer programming circles within the United States, again, particularly recently, but even going back decades also. Let's ponder this for a moment. Are we as Americans at such a low ebb in history of our nation that America's citizens are no longer entering the medical, engineering, and computer technology fields? Are Americans no longer intelligent enough to qualify for these positions? Perhaps something even more sinister is at work here. What would be the draw to Middle Eastern and Asian students in coming to the United States to apply their trades? Why would they rather stay here than back home with family and friends of their youth? Worth noting is that the vast majority of these arrive on student visas, graduate from prestigious American universities, and then remain afterward to work here. How can that be? Oh, please allow me to discuss this thing known as an H-1B visa. Established as part of the Immigration Act of 1990, signed in by George H.W. Bush, this bill was intended to allow an individual to temporarily work in a specialty occupation in the United States. But what is the definition of temporary as referred to in this legislation, and what exactly constitutes a specialty occupation? Well, the act originally set the limit at 65,000 foreigner workers per year, but the H-1B Visa Reform Act of 2004 added 20,000 additional H-1B visas to foreign nationals holding a master's degree or higher from U.S. universities, and is now bloated to nearly 120,000 each and every year. Now take note of that bit about U.S. universities because it plays an intricate role in the remainder of this video. It seems that many nations outside the United States pay either all or part of their citizens' college tuitions and book fees, regardless of where they attend at. This flies squarely in the face of U.S. college students who have to finance their educations by any means necessary. Suffice it to say that an engineering or medical job candidate who is not strapped with insurmountable student loan debt is far too often the preferred choice in so many American institutions and corporations. Why? Well, you can pay those foreign workers lesser salaries, of course. Now, there is wording that states, quote, the U.S. Department of Labor is responsible for ensuring that foreign workers do not displace or adversely affect wages or working conditions of U.S. workers. For every H-1B petition filed in the USCIS, there must be included a labor condition application, or LCA, certified by the U.S. Department of Labor. The LCA is designed to ensure that the wage offering to the non-immigrant worker meets or exceeds the, quote, prevailing wage in the area of employment, unquote. If you have seen even some of the more recent crimes of the Biden White House and his DOJ, CIA, NSA, and FBI mafiosos, why would any of us put one shred of credence in that empty promise? You mean to tell me there are not enough U.S. citizens graduating from engineering programs and medical universities to fill all the necessary positions in this country? Why would we believe that for a single minute? Allow us to give the benefit of the doubt for a moment and assume that statement is true. This is a gigantic failure of the United States education system then. However, it is surely worth noting the vast majority of the H-1B visa recipients who remain within U.S. borders and take U.S.-based jobs after graduation actually attend U.S. universities. So evidently, the United States universities are up to the task of educating physicians, medical specialists, and mechanical engineers from all appearances. So what is the real underlying issue that forces U.S. companies to look to foreign nationals to fill their staffing needs? If you are taking notes, it really seems to have scam written all over it. Do you know of a man named Sundar Pichai? As it turns out, he is the CEO of Alphabet Inc., which is the parent corporation of Google and YouTube, among others. He would not be in the United States if it were not for the H-1B visa program. Ever heard of Satya Nadella? He happens to be the CEO of Microsoft Corporation. He also would not be in the United States if it were not for the H-1B visa program. Do you by chance know of Rajesh Subramaniam? Oh, he happens to be the CEO of FedEx Corp, and again a recipient of an H-1B visa to come to the United States. Do we begin to see a trend here? Is it that no American-born citizens are CEO material? Most certainly not. What we are witnessing, my fellow Americans, are the wide-sweeping effects of H-1B visa madness and DEI insanity, bringing immigrants here under the false pretense of somehow offering them a better life, all while U.S.-born citizens wallow in poverty and homelessness, much of it fueled by woke progressive whose sole aim is to rearrange and otherwise destroy American culture as we know it. Oh, by the way, the three I just brought up, Pichai, Nadella, and Subramaniam, All three were born in India of a polytheistic religious upbringing and full-on proponents of pluralistic societies. This takes an understanding of the largest religion in India, Hinduism. It seems that Hinduism is based on the worship of multiple gods, one for each purpose. Growing up in that system, Indian children quickly become brainwashed and accustomed to the supposed enduring qualities of welcoming anyone and everyone. Homosexuals, why not? Muslims who own their wives and even murder them? Sure. Transsexuals and transvestites? Hinduism has celebrated multiple gender possibilities for centuries. In fact, it can be said the Hindu belief of these and many other H-1B recipients honor and openly tout many lifestyles that are aberrant and debased in spirit and practice. Is it in the best interest of the United States of America to be openly welcoming these into our nation, only to see them lead in woke, debased, and filthy spiritual ideologies? Why does the H-1B program even continue knowing this? Let us now take this a bit further. Have any of you, by pure happenstance, become aware of the present state of events in the United Kingdom? You know, Middle Eastern immigrants being given privilege, police protections, and any and all advantage they can over native Brits, Scots, Welsh, and Irish by their Liberal-in-Chief, Keir Starmer. This, my dear viewers, must be a cautionary tale to all of us in North America, Canada included, though I believe they may already be beyond the point of no return and being overtaken by liberal, progressive Arabs and Indians, thanks to Justin Trudeau. Now, before you quickly label this puppet as xenophobic, bigoted, racist, or any other woke progressive cliche, allow me to further explain the case. Tell me exactly how many other nations are open-armed to immigrants, affording them educations and ensuring them high-level employment afterward. Zero. So when will the United States finally awake from its e pluribus unum stupidity circus coupled to the diversity, equity, inclusion falsehood? Remember the days and months leading up to the 2020 general election and even afterward as far as social media and video publishing online were concerned? People plainly speaking the truth about fraud were blocked, banned, and otherwise fact-checked into oblivion by their liberal progressive media overlords. The land of the free? Come again. Many employees of big tech companies are H-1B visa beneficiaries from India and hence are very woke and progressive in their outlooks. Have you ever had an innocent meme fact-checked and then you went to Facebook purgatory for a week or a month? That was directly due to liberal wokeness insanity fueled by H-1B foreigners who deem things offensive to their all-inclusive culture or religious leanings. Yes, Facebook, Google, YouTube, Twitter, now X, Instagram, etc. are all chock full of Indian and Middle Eastern coders whose progressive mindsets takes are somehow grotesquely deemed to take precedence over yours and mine as natural-born American citizens with constitutionally protected rights to freedom of speech, press, and expression. My distinct belief is that at least partial justice came about recently in the ruling that Alphabet Inc. and Google are in fact a monopoly. This will eventually lead to the breakup of one particularly problematic player in the woke H-1B visa abuse scam that has been perpetrated on unknowing American citizens for multiple decades now. That said, I only wonder why no civil class action suits have not been brought against all of the large rights infringing social media and video publishing concerns to date. YouTube quite literally destroyed the lives and livelihoods of innocent American citizens whose only crime was speaking the truth by blocking it or straight out banning their accounts, all at the hands of H-1B visa foreign workers and H-1B visa forward CEO. Many thanks America gets for offering those a helping hand in life. All this, my viewers, should make your blood boil. Where is the justice? Where is the national outcry? In brief, why does the H-1B visa scam even continue? Why are the majority of Americans clueless to its true effects? I will tell you that it should be stopped today and not allowed to victimize Americans even a single moment more. Good night and sleep well.